Ladies and gentlemen, I'm using this under the Fair Use Act, which is more respect than I can say for these people. So, who this is the channel called Prophecy Watchers. And they've had this new individual, Tom Hughes, on his channel. Tom Hughes has now partnered up with Prophecy Watchers. He is their new partner in crime, and I'm going to unequivocally show that. So the important part is you won't find this interview on Prophecy Watchers channel because I've already put them on legal notice for the ones like Tom Horn and Jonathan Kahn appearing on their shows. So now they're doing these things on other channels. They set up and go on other channels so that they don't get taken down in copyright strikes. Let's listen to what Tom Hughes' new book is all about.
Reasons. They've been conditioned. And so, in one word, in fact, I think you mentioned that word a few minutes ago, it's this conditioning process. That is exactly what has been going on for the last several years.
So Tom Hughes is talking about his new incredible book that is titled Marking the Masses, or Conditioning the Masses for the Mark of the Beast. Where would he have gotten that? So I go back to 1902 with the tech, and that's what he's saying, that they've been using technology to condition the people. So in my book, and this starts at page 10, I show how it all began with the technology breakthrough all the way back in 1902. That comes from page 10. And then I move on to page 11. This comes from page 11. And we're going to go to the very first paragraph. This was merely a precursor to conditionally program people to accept it. All this technology, how I was, and this is just one of many places I talk about this conditionally programming people to accept the mark. And that is what this guy's Thieves book is all about. The technology and how it's been implemented over a period of time to conditionally program people to accept the mark. Listen to that again.
Reasons. They've been conditioned. And so, in one word, in fact, I think you mentioned that word a few minutes ago, it's this conditioning process. That is exactly what has been going on for the last several years. You can go way back and see the conditioning process. You can go back to the Tower of Babel and see.
So that appeared August the 28th on Hope for Our Times. Notice, again, I point out, they have their Prophecy Watcher symbol here, but they won't do it. They won't play this on their channel because they know I've been giving copyright strikes and taking people's channels down. And I put Bob Ulrich, the owner of Prophecy Watchers, on notice, on legal notice, because of Jonathan Kahn Artist and Thomas Horn and Derek and Sharon Gilbert coming on their channel with my stolen copyrighted material from my books. So we're going to learn a little bit more in this to ensure that it's stolen from my books.
And we see it more and more. But now with the conditioning, what do we have? We have the fear mongering from the last 3.5 years. Don't even need to talk about it. Everybody knows. Everybody knows very well.
So he's talking about the fear mongering from this thing that we've experienced for the last few years. That comes directly out of my book. Matter of fact, I named the demon that is involved, the demon. So you have two words. You have Pan and you have Dimic. Well, Dimic was the ancient pagan god of fear and terror. I write about that in my book. So he's trying to lay a claim. Tom Hughes, the lying thief, filthy lucre, who has now partnered in crime with Prophecy Watchers, is trying to say that he has a new incredible book in Revelation from the Lord. Understand, he's a minister, supposed to be a man of God too. He's no man of God. You don't violate Jeremiah 23:30, because what he's propagating here is that this not here yet, but it's coming in the future. It is already here, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. But notice they're taking all of my stuff and saying it's not coming yet, it's coming in the future. And here's the point. This man's book didn't come out until August the 20th, August the 8th or 3rd of this year. Just this month it was published. My book was published back in 2021, ladies and gentlemen. And he's talking in that interview about the laws that are being passed. So, the World Health Organization, just made a major power grab where now they can control the whole world if something like this manifests itself again. And we already know it already is manifesting itself again. And this comes straight out of my book that was written about. I was writing about these laws before who made the power grab. That's their symbol. The laurel wreath of victory around the caged earth with the rod of Asclepius exalted above it. And I showed its relevance to the Bible. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. I've done TV and radio interviews on this, ladies and gentlemen, described it in great detail. And all these ones have done is tried to swoop in as true thieves and filthy lucres. Remember, Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And his ministers, Lucifer comes as an angel of light. So therefore, it is no wonder that his ministers come as righteous men working for the Lord. That is what these people are. Propagating the idea that it comes later. Not now, that it's not here now, it's later. So again, what he was talking about, what his book is all about, that it would be slowly implemented, that Lucifer would slowly implement these things. And you'll find that become slowly implemented and accepted by mankind. I give great detail on that in my book.
And it's the majority of the population now. The rest of us are getting older. So the conditioning is all here, which is absolutely necessary in order for Satan to be able to get his man, Antichrist, ready.
All about the conditioning that I write about in my book published in 2021. All about the conditional programming of people to have them accept it willingly.
Well, he spent building infrastructure. Zero. He's got 7 years. Zero. It all has to be built. So we're in that process. And
we're not in the process. It's already been done. And my books well explain that, because I've explained that it began as far back. Remember, slowly implemented and accepted by mankind. Let me find that for you again. It started all the way back in 1902. And I give great detail on that. That's the Mercury Arc Rectifier, where the cell phone technology and the jab technology began in 1902 with Peter Cooper Hewitt. It's not coming, and it's not being implemented. It's already in place, and it's already happening. And my book well explains that.
Well, he spent building infrastructure.
So, again, talking about the conditionally programming people to accept it. Realize that Lucifer has been here a long time and has been playing the long game. With that being said, understand that this was the beginning technology of many things, including radio technology, communications. So we're going to learn more.
You know, I know this, but it was just weird seeing it. I'm sitting there, and I just happened to be looking around. I was kind of bored, and I look around, and I look up, and there was probably 200 people in my little terminal area, and I would say 90 to 95%, they were just like this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never really seen it that stark. And then I start thinking about, again, what you write in the book is what is influencing them. Now, we talk about the younger generation, but everybody, they're conditioned now, and we get our news.
Talking about the conditioning once again about the conditioning, how people have been programmed. What he doesn't say here, in Prophecy Watchers, he's holding his hand up, showing that he's holding a phone up in front of his face. And then he talks about what Tom Hughes has wrote in his book about the cellular phones. About the cellular phones. But he doesn't say the word because they can't afford any more copyright strikes, and they're trying their best to skate around it. But this is more than enough for me. This is more than enough for me. But again, they know that. That's why they're doing this on other channels now and not their own Prophecy Watchers channel. They don't want to be removed like I did to their good friend Thomas Horn, and like I'm doing to Jonathan, their other good friend, Jonathan Kahn and Perry Stone. That's their some of their other partners in crimes. They already know that I've taken down one of Tom Horn's channels, and also in the process of taking down Jonathan Kahn's con artist. That's why they're skating around. But notice he's holding up a cell phone, and he's talking about what you wrote in your incredible book, Tom Hughes.
What is influencing them? Now, we talk about the younger generation, but everybody, they're conditioned now, and we get our news and we get our thinking. How many hours a day are we right here looking at something that's telling us what, indoctrinating us?
Yeah. Everybody's being conditioned, right? And
all about the conditioning. And notice they do their absolute best to not say the word phone, not say the word cell phone, because they know it comes all out of this book. They know it all comes out of this book, and about the conditionally programming people with the cell phones. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The mark of the beast is already in your hand. Your eyes see it without seeing it. There's the cell phone, and there's a syringe. A syringe, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing it. This is all they've done, is they've stolen all the copyrighted material from my book and tried to say, oh, it's not happening now, it's coming at a later date, where I point out it's already in your hand. Your eyes see it without seeing it. There's your cell phones, and there's your syringe. And the whole point where I can prove is about these phone apps that they use to track people for certain things, the phone apps, and we saw that. It's already been put in place. They literally can take a cell phone, that's your digital ID, that's already in place, your digital passports, and they can scan it. They have the technology to literally scan your body and determine if you've been bitten by a snake. We've already seen it. It's already in place. We watched it in China and many other countries. You don't need to have a paper passport or anything. They literally turn the Bluetooth technology on in the cell phone and scan your body with it. And they can determine if you've been bitten by a snake. It's already happening. Already happening. We've already seen it. It's already here, and it's already happening. It's not coming in a future date.
Someday, we're going to be able to control everyone. And he wasn't referring to just Los Angeles. Everybody is going to be identified. It's called the mark of the beast. Someday.
I want to point that out. That's his trailer in Mondo from Prophecy Watchers, talking about the mark of the beast, that it's coming, and someday they will be able to control everybody. And this is the trailer. And I know the lighting's poor here, but this is a nurse injecting somebody into the arm. A nurse injecting somebody in the arm with a snake bite. And this is the trailer. Mondo was so very impressed with Tom Hughes' trailer about his new incredible book. And again, there is Prophecy Watchers channel symbol. That's their icon right there. So it comes straight from them, their channel.
Someday, we're going to be able to control everyone. And he wasn't referring to just Los Angeles. Everybody is going to be identified. It's called the mark of the beast.
Mark of the beast. There's the jab. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Comes straight out of this book. Being able to track somebody and the snake bite. He has nothing new. This was just published this month. This book was published in 2021. He has nothing but stolen copyrighted intellectual property. There it is. There it is. The apps for the phones to track people and their passports, their vaccine passports, using the Bluetooth technology. See, ladies and gentlemen, these people have nothing new. All they're doing is adding a lie. They're adding lies and deception, and that's what Satan's ministers do. According to Scripture, they come in to steal, kill, and destroy, and they add lies to the prophetic word that was already given to me, saying, "Oh, no, this is not happening. My book says it's already in your hand, already happening." And we can unequivocally say that it is absolutely already happening. They have no new prophetic words. They have lies that they've added to my books. That's all they have. Y'all be sure to share this. God bless.